So one of the areas down here in Boise that people are really gravitating towards, there's not too much room left, but that's Eagle, Idaho. So we get so many questions about, what is it like to live there? What goes on there? What is in the Eagle area? So what we're going to do is an entire video talking about what it's like to live there, who's moving in that area, and pull up the map and show you all the back roads and everything you need to know about that Eagle area. So if that's the information you want, we're getting after it right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jackson Wilkie.
Shawn Tomich.
That's right. We are the Living in Boise team. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play right here. Make sure you tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we honestly get so many phone calls, emails, texts every single day from people moving and relocating here. We absolutely love it. So thinking about moving anywhere in that Boise area, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Boise, Idaho. All right, so Shawn, you grew up here, man. What was Eagle like when you grew up, and how have things really changed before we jump on the map?
Well, Eagle, it was tiny. It was extremely tiny growing up. In fact, growing up, it was mostly like a few trailer parks, and the river ran through it, and there was a few nice homes there. But it wasn't anything developed or anything fancy or exciting or anything. It was just Eagle, Idaho. And really, the only thing you thought about when it came to Eagle, Idaho was Eagle, Idaho State Park, the Eagle Island State Park.
Right.
As a kid, we'd go down there and you'd take your whole family down there and you'd set up camp, and they had this big water slide. You'd be able to go down this water slide, and then you'd be able to just wade in the river and into the Boise River right there in the park. And it was just a big thing that people would bring their families to, and it was just a big whole family thing. And what's cool is that whole scene is still pretty much going on these days. And that was obviously a long time ago when I was growing up, but yeah.
Hey, no, the funny part is a big slide. People don't realize small town Idaho back in the day, but a big slide. That was
big deal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they still have a big water slide there. In fact, I just looked it up on the map, and that's still going and functional, and which is awesome. It says that right now it's temporarily understaffed, so they're not staffing it at this very moment in time, but yeah, it's actually really cool, and it's really scenic. The park itself, you can walk down, you can just go down and park and just walk through nature. You're right there on the river, in the Boise River, and you're walking through nature, and you can see wildlife and everything right there in the middle of Eagle, right, which is basically in the middle of Boise.
Right, and Eagle's now obviously one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive area.
Mm-hmm.
And I, me and you have talked about this so much. It's the typical Idaho neighborhoods that we grew up in. Those 70s styles neighborhood was really I remember when these things started developing, we were like, neighborhoods, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And so you still see that there. Those are houses that people love, right? But now it's that luxury style stuff that's being built. So when did it really, in your opinion, start? Okay, this is a gorgeous place. It's getting developed. When was that shift, and what did you see?
I would have to say probably that really started shifting in the 80s, in the later 80s. In the early 80s, it was challenging for people to buy homes. Interest rates were like double,
20
they were just unreal interest rates, and it was really challenging. But once that dropped, and going into the late 80s, that's when Eagle really started picking up, and Idaho, or the Boise Treasure Valley, started really developing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We started really getting neighborhoods, and then we started having some of the builders that started out here started becoming really big time builders and production builders, and they started to really ramp up production here. And a lot of that happened in Eagle because, again, it was just what are the three things that real estate's all about? Location, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of what Eagle's all about. Is it's that centralized location right there. The river runs directly through it. You've got all of the mountains kind of all around. It's very scenic. All of the walking parks, hiking trails, they're all kind of connected right to Eagle. Just like if you were kind of in the downtown Boise section,
yep.
You have that right there in Eagle as well.
Yep. So let's jump on the map. I'll switch over so that they can see that. But that's one thing, as I'm switching over, that you need to realize about, Idaho is that this was happening in the 80s, the 90s. Like we really started getting discovered and building these things out. Now, I mean, we pinpoint everything as it's crazy as hell today in the housing market, but things have
Hmm.
really been developing. So why don't you got the map here, show them, the old downtown, the streets, the back roads, schools, just everything they need to know.
Yeah, so Eagle, whenever
In
I,
location to Boise or downtown Boise,
yeah, absolutely. In fact, let's kind of show
Yep.
that real quick a little bit here. So, Boise, we're right down here, and Boise is directly below the foothills here, and so the Boise itself is all kind of surrounded by foothills and mountains right here. I don't know if it looks better on the terrain map or not. Yeah,
It
well,
does.
obviously, yeah, you can
Big
certainly
mountains.
see that's all mountain right there. Let me switch that back. But then Eagle is actually, so you go Boise, Garden City, which Garden City, if you live in Garden City, you want to say that you live in Eagle because it's pretty much connected to Eagle and it sounds better. If you've grown up here, it sounds better to live in Eagle than Garden City, but they're pretty much one and the same as well. But Eagle's right here, like I said. One of the cool things about it is that the Boise River runs directly through it, and you'll see it actually kind of forks off,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just all, and Eagle's just all right in here. And so the Boise River is a very obviously a very large river in Boise, and it's very, very, very scenic. And so people love living on, near, or by the river, having access to the river, walking distance, whatever they can get.
Mm-hmm.
The park's right there. Whenever I think of Eagle, being a local, and whenever I basically come into Eagle, I actually come in from Eagle Road. Eagle Road is probably, in fact, not even probably, Eagle Road is the most traveled road in the Boise area. So more than likely, it's the most traveled road in Idaho. It's pretty much kind of like its own freeway, highway. It's pretty much 55 miles all the way, or 55 miles per hour all the way down Eagle Road. Eagle Road will take you straight through Meridian, straight through right next to the village, which is why so many people travel it. So they're going by the village. Then you go by Ustick, McMillan, and then when you get to Chinden, you kind of drop down the hill. And when you drop down this hill right here, I don't know if we can see it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really see it very well here, but when you drop down this hill right here, then all of this kind of opens up right here, and it's just all Eagle, and it's really scenic because it's all on this bench. And so you drop down this hill, Eagle's right here, and one of the first things you see is the Hilton down here and the Bardonnais. And so, yeah, so we have two Bardonnays here in the Boise area. One is downtown Boise, and then one is right here. I don't know why it doesn't just show up on the map here. Let me see if I.
Yeah, and Bardonnais, one of our high end restaurants, high end for us, anyways. But it is some of the best food. We were just talking about that too, and its own distillery. So
yeah, and it's got its own distillery. That's one thing that's when you come to the Treasure Valley and you come to Idaho and Boise, you'll realize that that's something that's really big here is distilleries and tap houses and craft beer. That's actually quite a big scene here. In fact, in Eagle Road, there's a couple craft beer places in Eagle as well. But the Bardonnais has its own distillery, and they distill a lot of their own alcohols there. And if you're into that, it's a lot of people really love that. I personally love the food there, and their appetizers are phenomenal. So, but if we come down Eagle Road here a little bit, the other thing that I did want to point out is Crave. This just opened up not too long ago. That's actually, as you come into Eagle, that's actually right here. We did one other, Jackson, you and I did one other video where we drove in to that kind of subdivision area in there because there's a lot of new businesses right here. In fact, gosh, we've been building so much here that this map, Google's, they're pretty up to date as far as their maps are concerned, but this map's already out of date because we're missing a lot of businesses here. This is actually full of a lot of businesses right here. I was just going to say I think there's a movie theater, and there is. It's a movie theater right there. And then as you come in here,
everything.
Yep. Yeah, and that's one thing also about the Treasure Valley that some people that when they come in they don't realize is that as far as workout facilities, gyms, I have a background in that and managing gyms, and we are actually one of the most gym saturated markets in the country, and so you will not have any problem finding a place to work out, be active. That as actually As I've traveled around the country, that's one of the things I've realized about Boise, about the Treasure Valley, about Eagle, is that we're actually really fit. That's actually something that's kind of a big deal around here.
Yeah, for sure. And so this is we're really going to discuss kind of 3 different styles of living in Eagle. And this would be your newer style. People want that really nice luxury home. And look at your backyard is water. So, I mean, there's paths along there. You're seeing a lot of wildlife. Every day you can go out and walk and just see something new. So what styles of homes in here and price points?
So right in here, the majority of this should be some fairly new construction. And when you're backing up to water like this, some of this I think we drove through some of this, so I don't think this side is gated. Over on the other side that borders the river, that a lot of that is gated. So, but this, we're talking right now, nothing below 9. I would suspect probably everything's going to be just about up over $1 million, and anything in right here, especially.
But it's the ultimate like Boise lifestyle, river, outdoors, close to everything, and yet you're still in nature.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So this is I mean, as far as high end living in Idaho, this pretty much, other than the north end of Boise, this is pretty much it. And so, yeah, if you're looking for the high end living, if you're looking for the luxury or the finer things in life, basically, this is kind of where you're going to find that area.
Yep, exactly. So shoot just over to the west across the road too, and talk about that style neighborhood on the golf course.
So over here. Yes. So Banbury, I love Banbury. I've actually played that course a few times. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's so well maintained and taken care of. But when we come in Eagle Road here and we turn in to any one of these subdivisions that borders this golf course, all of this was built, I would actually say, in the early to mid 90s. And there's so much of this product in Boise, because that's exactly what I grew up with and grew up in. And I mean, everybody that's in my age range, I mean, we all remember these houses. I mean, they are just so indicative of growing up in this area. Just all the ranch style and craftsman style homes. But yeah, everything on this golf course, it's the 80s, 90s, mostly early 90s to mid 90s mix. But and it's all of this stuff is going to be really well kept. And if you were to get into anything in here, man, these are wonderful homes to get into. As far as like, if you're not looking for new construction, you're looking for that resale home or something that's a little bit more established, these are awesome to get into.
And difficult right now, but you're having success, obviously.
Absolutely.
Your connections
right now, because especially in Eagle, is there's not a ton of new construction because there's not a lot of area where they can build. So a lot of it is built out. And there's just not a ton of inventory on the market right now. So it does go very quick, though. That is for sure.
Cool. So now let's show them real quick where Old Town, the downtown originated or originally is. And then the neighborhood, you kind of grew up in that style living.
So you've got State Street, which is State Highway 44. And State Street is very well traveled as well, kind of like Eagle is. So you've got the 3 of the main roads in and around Eagle that are extremely well traveled is going to be State Street or State Highway 44. That's what usually people see on the map. And then Eagle Road, and then Chinden. And Chinden, which I think is called State Highway 55. Chinden, same thing. Those are all like Chinden usually runs 50 to 55 miles an hour. So it's well traveled. Same thing with Eagle, and then State. When State's not running through neighborhoods, it's actually well traveled as well. But so that's State Street, State and Eagle. This is very well traveled corner right here. You've got lots of shopping, lots of food. Idaho Pizza Company is right here, which you'll see lots of those throughout the Treasure Valley. People really love Idaho Pizza Company. Albertsons originated here in Boise, Idaho, and so you'll see we obviously have lots of Albertsons, and especially in Eagle, Albertsons is kind of like, if you don't want to shop at Walmart, you shop at Albertsons or Fred Meyer. And so Albertsons is right here. So this is State Highway or State Street, and then when you come down Eagle Road, then you come into West State Street. So you're right back onto State Street again, right? Well, this is actually the original State Street, or the old, what they call Old State Street.
Yep.
And so this was the original one. And so, yeah, this is very old, very established. And this is, You'll see some of the old parts of Eagle kind of tied in when you are driving through State Street. So what's interesting is that, yes, like I said, Eagle's very posh. It's the, the upper end. It's where you want to be for luxury. But you drive a couple miles away and there's going to be a trailer park on State Street here.
And there's farm fields.
I mean, yeah, and there's farm fields. And like literally like you'll have a guy over here with $1 million estate, and then if you look over like a mile away, you'll have a guy here with a couple acres and some horses sitting right behind that guy's beautiful estate.
Yep.
Which to a lot of people here, the horse estate is a beautiful estate. So,
right.
So it's, to each their own, right?
Right. And so 44 is the new, main road that can take you out to the Caldwell. So, I mean, it's kind of your quick way, get through Star, Caldwell, and then down to downtown as well. So, you have quick access to everything.
Absolutely. And Eagle right here is actually, we've talked about this before, it's directly connected to Star. Yep. And so Star will be, when you have Eagle here, you'll have Star pretty much right here. And it kind of, when you're driving into it, it's kind of hard to tell which one you're in, but then you'll kind of realize when you're getting into Star a little bit.
Right. Cause the high school and stuff is more towards the Star side of things, but yes, they are touching. And, obviously as Eagle blew up and built out, now that's why we start seeing the growth out to the west, filling
absolutely,
which were dots on the map. So, and then let's go over where you grew up, in that golf course and talk about, now the 70s style, because people still really enjoy those style neighborhoods, especially with families.
You bet. So if we go over Eagle Hills. Here we are. So Eagle Hills is right over here. So this is the other golf course. And this is an older, so you got Banbury's kind of a newer course. It was established, I don't want to pretend that I'm going to know. It was probably 15 years ago or so. But Eagle Hills has been around for a long time. And in fact, let's see if we can kind of pull in here.
A lot now.
What's that?
Getting nostalgic now.
Yeah, absolutely. But so Eagle Hills right here, and when you pull into any of these neighborhoods that are around the golf course, again, a lot of this stuff was built in the 80s, 90s, and then you'll find some of it that was also built back in the 70s. But a lot of the product in here is 80s, 90s, and again, it's just so indicative of what we're just used to growing up and seeing here. As far as that product is concerned.
So more like the single rancher or the split level style.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. Exactly. And that's the majority of what we see, honestly, in Eagle.
What kind of price points do you think are you seeing, right there today?
Well, see, that's what's cool is you have the parts of Eagle that are a little more expensive, that are a little harder to get into, that are definitely going to be $8, $9 million. But then when you get into some of the older stuff, you can probably still get in the 5s and 6s right now. I can probably still get you in not right in the middle of town, but I can still probably get you in there in the 6s for sure.
Exactly. So now, those are the different styles. And really, when you reach out to us, it's style, locate, what you need. And that's when we know 2-3 areas that you've obviously never heard of in that Boise area. So we can help you find that spot. But now, what is Eagle to you? I know you're an avid outdoor mountain biker, hiker. Show them how close some of those areas are too.
So one of the places I go and bike to, I do a lot of mountain biking. That's something that I picked up a few years ago, and anything like that here is just, you don't have any problems finding any place to go. I use an app called All Trails on my phone, and it takes me everywhere I need to be. So if I actually, let me see, let's do this.
Because there's Redtail up there. There's
one of the ones I go to a lot is Siemens Gulch. Let's see if I can spell it right. Come on.
Yeah, so just bordering it. You saw when we opened this video and he showed the mountains. You're on the foothill. You're right there. So
So Siemens Gulch is right over here.
Yep.
And there's a mountain bike trail. Here it is. This should be the trailhead right here. Oh, yeah. In fact, that is it. Because there's a little silo thing right here. So there's a mountain bike trail system right here. And I love coming here because for me, even in Nampa, I live out in Nampa, and to get down here in Eagle to this trail, I'm 25 minutes. So 25 minutes, I'm parked right here, and then I'm on my mountain bike in the morning before I go to work. and I'm doing this trail right here, which is an awesome trail, and it's a quick trail. It's only a couple miles. I get some uphill, then I come all the way downhill, right back to the trailhead, and usually I can do that twice because it's just nice, quick, and easy. And that's the thing about Eagle and the Treasure Valley and Boise and all this is that the trail systems, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all over. But that's just one of the ones that I personally like going to.
Right. So if you're in the Eagle area, you're bordering this. And that's, the draw to the Eagle area is just location, close to the river, all the parks. You got BMX and skate parks. You got top schools, ball fields. It's really, and it's still small town. I mean, when you see the old Eagle sign, you're like, man, I'm going back into history here. So it still gives you that small, quaint feeling, but yet, you can have either the luxury living, but just know, it's definitely one of the top areas for sure in the Boise area. So, there's a good, just kind of deep dive into that Eagle area. Shawn showed you the map. That's what we do. I mean, when you reach out to us, it's, you tell us a little bit about yourself. We understand what things you like, and then we can, bring up that map. But the most important thing is this is one of the hottest markets in the United States right now. So getting into homes is almost impossible. But, Shawn and the team, just with his, 20 plus years in real estate, knowing everybody is having very good success with our past clients, and they could tell.
Yeah, and I don't even want you to scare them that much, Jackson, because it's hard, but I don't want to say it's impossible or nearly impossible. But I will tell you right now that if you want to get in a home, you need to work with someone that knows what they're doing. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. I'm not even saying that has to be me. Obviously, my biased opinion is that it should be me or my team. But literally, you have to be with someone that is experienced, that knows what they're doing, that knows this market, and knows how to get a deal accepted or a contract accepted, because it is a challenge right now. And I have been very successful in helping my clients. And usually we go in and it's one contract in, one and done. We get it accepted because I know how to communicate with that agent. I know exactly what to say, what do you want, and we will make sure we make it happen. Because that's myself and my team, that's kind of what we're all about, is making sure that whatever our client's end goal is, that we achieve that desired end result, whatever it is.
Yep. So if you want that kind of help, moving here to the Boise area, the only way we can help you is you got to reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving down here to Boise, Idaho. So until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.
Thanks a lot.